Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel. Welcome back to the Tesla Plaid channel. We're just a few days away from receiving our Plaid. We're just topping off the battery at the supercharger, and we are at 974 time slips after the 8 that I ran out of Bradenton on Thursday night. Check out these races in the Raven. Next time you tune in, we could very well have our Plaid. All right, our first run of the night, the modified black Hellcat Challenger. He's significantly modified. He can run a mid-6. He's run as fast as 6.3 out of here, but he's a little inconsistent. All right, here we go. Now, it's a good race. Oh yeah, he's gonna get me. All right, here we go. Now, it's a good race. Oh yeah, he's gonna get me. If I'm not mistaken, we had the exact same reaction time up on the board. It looked like I saw 0.58 for both cars. That would be pretty crazy. Well, we've had a lot of race nights lately where we've won every race, except against the Plaid, of course. Looks like it's not all going to be easy tonight. But hey, that's a good thing. This car has to lose once in a while if we're going to have some cars to compete with the Plaid, because if this car can already beat everyone, who are we going to race the Plaid against? Hey, Tom!
Hey, you beat you by a point.
Not much.
1.8.
Yeah. Did we have the same reaction time?
05, 05.86, 05.84.
Oh my goodness. Good to see you, Tom. It's been like, what, 5 weeks or something?
Yeah, about that,
Long
yeah.
time, crazy. I've often said I love when the reaction times are close. I ran a 684 to 100.58, and he ran a 6.66. Watch out. At 107.7. Dang. So he had 7 mile an hour on me just here in the 8th mile track. All right, our next race is against this BMW M3 Competition, and he's highly tuned. We actually raced a couple nights ago out of Bradenton quarter mile. It was a very close race. Let's get a good reaction here and take this car down. Now, 06 reaction. Wasn't that far behind us. Tesla feels like it's running pretty solid. We're at 92% after 2 passes.
685 at 100.
All right. So the BMW was no time, so we don't know exactly what his ET or mile an hour were. But I ran a 685 at 100.49. Beat him by 0.68. Was it really 6 car lengths out there? Maybe not his best run, but we treat him pretty good, I think. We're gonna run the Grand National. We like to run the Grand National at least once every time we come out here.
Little push rod V6 over here in the left lane is Grand National taking on that electric Tesla. And yes, folks, that is still a V6 in that car, and I love watching this guy go down the track.
And he's running fast tonight. If I can cut a good line. Oh man, I slipped. He had a problem there, and I got him. Woohoo! I spun the tires. My 60 foot's going to be horrible, but I think he either spun the tires or missed a shift or something.
686, 100.
So I ran a 686 at 100.7 with a 0.02 reaction. The Grand National ran a 7.2 at 91.76. Clearly he had a technical issue because I know he ran a 650 earlier. All right, I've been trying to get lined up against this Roadrunner. It says 426 on the fender, but he told me it's got I think it's a 528. That's a lot of cubic inches. And I hope he doesn't have a technical issue over there. Ah, crap. I think he's bugging out. Well, that's unfortunate. Looks like we're going to be racing a Beamer instead. I don't know a thing about this Beamer. Okay, I do know something about this Beamer. He's about to get beat. Looks like he's got a passenger in the car at this moment. I sure hope she gets out. Okay, she's still in the car. What do we want to do here? We want to do a Cheetah? Well, we're 90%. The battery's pretty warm. I'm going to just do a quick Cheetah here. I'm not going to heat up the battery. You can see it says 15 minutes required to heat it up right now. Not 20 or 30 because, you know, the car's already warm from those other runs, but you can only do Cheetah in Ludicrous Plus. Let's see what our fastest Cheetah launch can be here tonight. Okay, here we go, Cheetah. Staging, launch mode enabled, and we are gonna go. Launch mode, whoa! It is faster with launch mode. Maybe the reason Cheetah feels so much faster, I mean the 60 foot sometimes is just a little faster. I've run 149. I think it's the weight transfer because it lowers the front end, and then as you launch, the car shifts its weight. The front end comes back up, puts more weight on the back, and that whole shift really, from the driver's seat, it just feels like a really hard takeoff because of that extra weight transfer.
677. 101 and a half.
I thought I'd have a better 60 foot than that. That was fun. I ran a 677 at 101.4. They were using the Cheetah launch. Remember, we were 15 minutes away from warming it up in Ludicrous Plus. The BMW ran a 10.5 at 54 miles an hour. All right, we're gonna have a rematch against the Grand National. Grand National tells me he broke traction in second gear on his shift because he had too much power. I don't know if we're going to cut another 0.2 reaction. It's going to take a good one to beat this Grand National again. So far he's got the fastest pass of the night here. They're handing out a $100 prize for the fastest streetcar pass, and he usually trailers in, but he drove it in tonight specifically so he'd be eligible for the $100 prize. I'm out of him. Oh man, he's coming hard. Now I can't stay ahead. He's gonna get me. I'm out of him. Oh man, he's coming hard. Now I can't stay ahead. He's gonna get me. Ah, that's too bad. I felt maybe I could have had that. It was within reach. Did not feel like my fastest pass of the night, nor my best reaction of the night, but I gave him a good run. And let's see what happens next week with the Plaid. Maybe I should have got the same color, gray, so that I could show up, and to the average person they'd think it was the same car, especially if I take the Plaid badge off of it, huh? Okay, so the wheels are a little bigger. Shoot, I could almost swap the wheels out to be this set of wheels, right? Then you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference externally. Take one look in and you see the yoke, and then you know, of course, but tell people I just changed my steering wheel, right?
You got him on the lights, but he had your 10th at 60 foot.
Yeah, big power. Oh, you ran a 650. Yeah. That's hard to touch. Oh, man. I was within a 1/10 of a second of beating him, darn it. Oh, look at this time slip. Oh, and I could have done it on the light too. My light was an 09 and I lost by 06. So another 02 and I would have won that race, even though he had a 650. But I ran a 687 at 100.9 and he ran a 650 at 106.1. Not my fastest run. I ran a 677 on the previous and a full 10th slower. It was a winnable race. I could have won it on the tree. Fun race nonetheless. That was a great pass, man. You came right around.
I didn't boost off the line. You took me off the line.
It was sounding good though. Came right around. So he drove it out? No trailer?
Oh, we don't got no trailer today. I drove it home.
Didn't I see a trailer parked right under the overpass over there?
Nah, I don't got no trailer.
No, he's running in this week.
We ran this Mustang about a year ago, and I ran a 000 reaction against him. And then we had a rematch. I treat him again and again, and it's one of my favorite videos. It's got like 50,000 views because my reactions in all 3 races were nearly perfect. Now, he's a fast car. He runs 650s, but these races can be won and lost on the tree. Down. By 3/10 on the reaction. I had an 05, he had a 3.5, but it wasn't enough. Fun race though. I know I've said it before, but it bears repeating. If this car can already beat everything out here, then what would we need the Plaid for, right? There's a lot of cars out here, and when you get a lot of cars, you get a few fast cars. There's more than 100 cars in the parking lot. And I'm trying to find the fastest ones, like Grand National, that Charger from earlier, and that Mustang.
681, almost a little over 100.
I almost had him. No, I guess it wasn't that close. 0.09. 3/10 on the tree helped, but man, he ran a 640. I ran a 681 at 100.8. He ran a 642 at 109.7. He had me by 9 miles an hour, 0.4 of a second, and I still made it close, within a 1/10 of a second. 0.09 at the finish line. So the question is, could I have won it on the tree? And the answer is no. He won by 09 and my reaction was 05. So even if my reaction was 000 again, he would have won by 0.04. Yet another car that I'm looking forward to racing again next week with the Plaid. Good fun race. All right, we won one and we lost one against the Grand National, so we can't leave it there. We got to go best 2 out of 3, right? He ran a 640 on his last pass, by the way. He's only getting faster. They just keep taking the boost higher and higher. In fact, I asked him how he got the car to go from 650s to 640s, and he told me, he said, I upped my boost, now up yours. I told him I don't have any boost. What are you talking about? We need another good reaction here. Oh, he's gonna pass me. Oh no! Pass me. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah! 2 out of 3. Got him. Once again, I treat him. I think all my reactions have been under a 10th tonight. Races like that one, a number of these races, these I think have all been pretty close, except that 10-second beamer, but shows you the importance of reaction times. A 0.2, 0.3 isn't going to win some of these races.
You had him that time.
That's 2 out of 3. I wanted that 2 out of 3 from him. Man, and he ran a 670.
Yeah.
So I want it on the tree.
You laid on the lights though by 210.
Yeah, it was all on the tree. That was awesome. I'm back in the 670s. I ran a 679 at 100.9 miles an hour. He ran a 670 at 99.9 miles an hour, but I beat him by 0.11, a little more than a tenth of a second, or about a car length. It was all in the reaction time. I had an 08, it looks like, and he had a 0.29, and that was the difference, because his ET was better by a tenth, and he still lost by more than a tenth. If he says best 3 out of 5, I'm gonna say not tonight. Maybe next week, right? All right, we're lined up with a modified, looks like a Genesis. I'm not expecting much of a race here, and I'm running 670s now too, so I don't want to waste it. I don't know what to do. What if we go sport mode? Driving, here we go, sport mode. Probably don't need 2 gloves for sport mode. I wonder if I can switch modes halfway down the track. Hopefully I don't need to. Is sport mode enough? Let's find out. Sport mode is plenty. Oh my goodness. That'll be like an 8-second pass for the Tesla, but still more than plenty to take out that import. Okay, I'm switching it back to ludicrous so I don't wind up in sport mode in the next race.
Yeah, that's the way to drag race. When you know you're leading, just get out.
I was just toying with that guy with the slow mode. What the hell? All right, on that pass, yep, I ran an 809 at 91.4. Whether it's a Hyundai or a Genesis, ran a 99 at 73. Got to keep it interesting. We still got 84% of our battery left, so I'm going to try to get a couple more passes in. I don't know anything about that Firebird over there, but sounds like it's got a motor in it. Oh, they're giving him the back tire. They're letting him stage with his back tire. Funny. All right, that's fine with me. Across the finish line. I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I can see why the starter gave him the back tire. Oh, that's funny. I'm not sure that's ever happened here on the channel. At least, yeah, I don't think in any of my videos it's ever happened. It's been talked about. That was funny.
At 101.
They gave the Firebird the back tire. they let him stage his back tire. It's funny. All right, we're down to 83%. So we've only used, what, about 10% tonight? We ran a 680 at 100.99. And this here says the Firebird ran a 9.8 at 75.8 miles an hour. So although I didn't get to race the red-eye Challenger tonight, word is that he's going to take the prize money tonight. He ran a 642 at 109 miles an hour. A couple of modest modifications. So with him running 640s tonight, we're definitely going to need to bring out a faster car in order to beat my buddy Mike, and I know just the car to bring. That was a great night of racing. Yeah, we didn't win every race tonight. Sometimes we do in the Raven. That's what the Plaid is for, right? So just a stone's throw away from 1,000 time slips. Now to another night of racing. Welcome back to the Tesla Plaid channel, the Showtime Dragstrip, July 21st, 2021. What might be our last time here before we get the Plaid. We're at 983 time slips, so just 17 away from 1,000. We're sure to get a few tonight, and we could most likely get to 1,000 tomorrow out of Bradenton on the quarter mile.
That'll be enough.
We're gonna start with a kind of an easy warm-up here tonight. My buddy just got a Tesla Model Y Performance. We know which car is faster, but how much faster? I'm gonna let him have the move here, and I can't give him too much of a move because that car is quick. I just saw him run side by side with the C8 Corvette all the way down the track. Let's wait till he moves. There he goes. So even as much as this car is faster than that Model Y Performance, the difference between this car and the Plaid is an even wider margin than that.
84 at 100. You
All right.
gave him the move. And
I sure did.
You won by what you gave him the move by.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just about.
I ran a 6.84 at 100.5, and he ran a 7.7 at 93.2. I gave him a 4.5 tenths head start, and I crossed the finish line a little more than 4 tenths ahead of him. And 93 miles an hour in the 8th mile ain't so bad. Those Model Ys will sneak up on some people. There's probably a Hellcat or two out there that it could beat. We've got a loaf of Wonder Bread here on Hoosier Slicks, and it's got a baby seat, rear facing. Good to see that they've properly mounted that. Not a lot of motor, but it'd be interesting to see it run. I've not seen this car run, so I have no idea what it does. I recognize these wheels. I had ones just like it on my Fox body Mustang. That's what they put on the LX in '89. All right, we're lining up with the Ford LTD wagon. It looks like a loaf of Wonder Bread. It sounds the part. Whether or not it runs the part is the question. Here we go. There's a good number of cars out here, but not too many that are running in the 6s. Hey, Tom.
84 at 100.
Yeah, that wagon sounds the part.
Yeah.
It's got slicks on there.
Yeah. We used to come out here before. Another guy owned it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened to him.
It didn't seem to have a lot of motors, so maybe they swapped motors in there. And,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
It looks like to me number 14 and number 15 are your picks for tonight.
Okay, I'll look for them.
One of them's orange.
Oh, the orange Demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's running right about your times, and then the blue Camaro.
Yeah, he's working on his tree. He said he wasn't going to run me until he had his tree down, because I treed him last time.
Okay.
So hopefully by 8 o'clock or something, he'll be ready to go.
All right.
Cool. All right, we'll look for the blue Camaro and the orange Dodge Demon. We ran a 6.84 at 100.5 again. The Wonder Bread wagon ran an 8.5 at 81.7 miles an hour. All right, our next one is one that we can't exactly expect to win, the mighty Dodge Demon. We have beat this car before, but he's in the high octane tune tonight, which gives him 840 horsepower. He's got like maybe 109 octane fuel, something like that. If he hooks up, we have little to no chance. We're at 92%, and we're just in ludicrous mode, not ludicrous plus. The track is well prepped, so I'm expecting the Demon to hook. And my buddy Klaus, he knows how to cut a light, so I'm not going to get way out on him. Here we go. Now. Oh, he cut a light. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We cut a light. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Got me by, what, about a car and a half, almost 2 cars? Yeah, he cut a better light than I did. We both had under a tenth of a second, but he looked like an 013 and I had a 070 something, so he had a considerably better light than I did. Most nights and most races, I'm content to just run under a tenth of a second and come away at the end of the night without any red light. Against a sharp racer like Klaus here, an 07 is not going to get the job done, especially when he's on the high octane tune and a freshly prepped track. We kept it somewhat close. Fun race.
683, 100.
We knew that
he had you
orange
by
Demon.
600s off the line.
Yeah, he cuts a light. Man, he ran a 656.
Yeah.
0.3 of a difference. Wow. Yeah, he had me good. So I ran a 683 at 100.6, but I'm just in ludicrous mode. The Demon ran a 656 at 106.5, a dominating win with a 0.32 margin at the finish line. Fun race nonetheless, but I'd say both cars did roughly what I expected. We don't pass up any challenges. We need to find some of these faster cars so that when we have the Plaid next week, we'll have some competitive races. All right, we're taking the toughest races we can find. We beat this El Camino out of Bradenton last week, but I think he's got his tune together. And he runs a Pro Tree, which I don't usually practice, so that puts him at an advantage on the light. Yeah. Pro Tree, it's gonna go straight from yellow to green. And here we go. All right, I got him on the tree. I hear him coming, he's coming. Oh wow, he's gonna pass me. Yeah. All right, I got him on the tree. I hear him coming, he's coming. Oh wow, he's gonna pass me. Yeah. The thing about the Pro Tree is you gotta know that it's set for Pro Tree, and thankfully somebody tipped me off back there. If this guy puts PT on his window, then it's gonna be that tree for both of us. And when you're expecting a regular tree and it comes up straight from yellow to green like that, then you're lucky to have a half-second reaction at best. So a 0.2 wasn't horrible and allowed me to get out on him, but I did expect him to come around. I don't know if he lifted the tires on that pass, but he lifted the front tires on our pass out of Bradenton last week. So he's got some serious turbo power in that El Camino. Fun race. He came around me.
82 at 100. He beat you by 0.04.
04, less than half a tenth. Man, that was close. I ran a 6.82 at 100.8. He ran a 648 at 111.2 miles an hour. He's more in the range of the Plaid, which should cut 120 miles an hour out here, but for any car to run over 110, it kind of puts it in another class here at the 8th mile. He beat me by less than half a tenth, 0.0499, but only because I got out on him with a better reaction on that tree. Fun race, close. Anything less than a tenth of a second is good, and 0.04 even better. This beautiful blue 68 Camaro on Hoosier slicks. That's not a drag radial, that's a full slick. He's running 660s tonight. We've raced a couple times before, and he's out ET'd me, and usually I have to cut a tree to beat him. He's been working on his tree all night though. If he cuts a good tree, his car is a little bit faster, actually about 0.2 of a second faster. He's running 660s tonight, I'm running 680s. What's your displacement again?
400.
400?
10.5 to 1 compression.
Yeah.
Hydraulic cam.
All right, next run is going to be the blue 68 Camaro. Remember when we first came in, the guy in the time slip booth told me there were two cars to look out for tonight, the orange Demon and this Camaro. The Demon beat us, and this Camaro has the power to beat us. I didn't have enough time to warm it up in Ludicrous Plus mode, and I don't think Cheetah is going to help us with the reaction time, so this race can be won on the reaction. So I'm going to go with what's tried and true here, and hope I run a 670 to his 660 and get him by a tenth on the tree, and that should be enough. Jesus. You can see Ludicrous Plus is still 5 minutes away from being ready, so that's not going to work for us, but we'll leave it there. See if it gives us any more power. All right, here we go. Oh, he red lit. Nice fun. Oh, he red lit. Nice fun. he red lit by, looked like the smallest amount. My reaction was okay. I think it was an 04 and 05. Based on that margin at the finish line, I believe he had a faster ET. Of course, he lost it at the tree. My apologies to you, Don, because I know you've been trying to beat me for quite a while. Maybe we'll do a rematch here in a moment. I'm game. There was a red El Camino I raced out here a few weeks back. If you're watching this video, Don would like to race you in his blue 68 Camaro. That's his call out to you.
679 at 101, he red lighted.
Yeah. How much did he have me on an ET? He had a 664. I don't know why he red lit, because I knew he had ET,
He's
but
trying to beat you. That's why.
well, he sure was. We were talking in the parking lot. He says he's never beat me before, and that this was going to be the time. But that was a good race. So I ran a 679 at 101.0. The Camaro ran a 6.64 at 102.2. So he had the ET to beat me, but he red lit a negative 05. My reaction was an 04.6. Yep, if not for that red light, but that's racing for you. You had the ET to beat me. You know, you had a 664.
That damn red light, man.
You had a good light.
You had a good light too.
Well, I knew I needed a good light because of your 660s. And I did run a 679, but
So,
if you want to do it again, I'm game. I'll give you another chance.
he wants though we want to do it again.
Oh, I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably,
Okay.
probably by the time it cools down.
Next time, though.
But
We'll do it next time, guys.
Huh?
Next time.
Yeah, next
Awesome.
time.
Absolutely. Cool. Thanks, Don, for the race.
For sure.
All right, we'll do it again. All right, well, we couldn't get lined up against the car we wanted to get lined up against. He's wanting to run solo for some reason. So we're next to a import of some sort. Looks like it might have been a Volkswagen at one point. We're at 87%. And I left it in Ludicrous Plus just because we'd already raised the heat quite a bit, and this is a chance to see what the car will do in Ludicrous Plus with Cheetah mode. And then we'll switch it back to standard Ludicrous for the rest of the night. But we'd already come this far. We're gonna give it all it's got. We might spin. Okay, Cheetah mode, here we go. Lowering. All right, let's give it all it's got. Here we go. All right, you can see the battery went into cooling mode already. Looks like peak battery power was 583 kilowatts, if I'm and we had 180 kilowatts to the front motor and 389 to the back motor. Kind of hoping for a 660, but didn't quite feel like it. Probably a low 670.
673, 102.
673. I went all out on that run. I put it in the fastest mode, which I rarely do, because it's not good for the battery. But I was hoping to be a little faster, and it was 102.3. Yeah, you see it in the trap. I didn't have anybody in the lane next to me, so I had nothing better to do. Well, figuratively speaking. Not literally, obviously, there was a car in the next lane. I ran a 673 at 102.3 in Ludicrous Plus mode with Cheetah launch engaged. I'm guessing I probably had a better 60 foot than that tonight. I felt that the car slipped a little bit. So to still have a 156 after a little bit of a slip and a 673, that's a pass that might have been a 669. Everything went perfectly, traction and etc. All right, next run is this Hellcat Challenger. And I believe it to be close to stock, so I'm gonna let it have the move, maybe at my own peril. And when he moves, I'll go. Okay. Here we go, we got a race. .3-second reaction time. Yeah, stock Hellcats, even when they have traction, are like, you know, an 11-second quarter mile or like a low 7-second eighth mile. And with me running probably a 6.8 on that pass, I could pretty comfortably give him the move.
682 at almost 101.
All right.
Ah, you waited for him to make the move.
Yeah, could you tell?
Oh, yeah.
1.3 second reaction. Well, that was actually a really poor reaction on my part to his move, because I was about a whole half second after he broke the beams. I ran a 682 at 100.96. He ran a 7.67 at 98.3. Fun race nonetheless. Down to 84% battery. No race night at Showtime would be complete without racing the Grand National. We took 2 out of 3 against him last time, and I know he wants his revenge. I'm not seeing a lot of traction left on this track. It's been 2 hours since they prepped it. I'm gonna have to try to find some here. All right, got him. Did I cut a light on him?
Oh, he cut an 06, you cut an 03. 687, almost 101.
Nice. I will see you next Wednesday.
All right.
I ran a 687 at 100.7. Grand National had some kind of issue. He ran a 7.5 at 78.3. Another fun night of racing. We had 8 runs, won 6, lost just 2, lost to the Demon. That wasn't a big surprise, with him running in his high octane 840 horsepower mode. And then we lost to the Blue El Camino. That takes us to 991 time slips, 9 short of 1,000. Not sure if we can get 9 out of Bradenton. Great times ahead. Plan to race that Plaid at least 500 times in the first year. And we'll see you next time right here on the Tesla Plaid channel.